Hey y'all, and welcome back to Thriving Out Loud with Tiff. And can I just say for a moment that it is a great day to be alive. Like, I honestly mean it. Every single day above ground is a gift, and sometimes we are taking it for granted around here. Well, welcome. This is a podcast where we talk about real life, real faith, and what actually looks like to build a life that you are generally proud of. Like, just tip top, like, oh my God, I did that. Yes, me. Well, I'm your host, Tiff, aka Thriving Tiff, and if you are new here, welcome to the family. I'm so glad you found us. And if you've been rocking with me since episode 1, you already know we do not do surface level around here. We go deep. I am real with you. I talk about the actual hard stuff. I share my real life stories. I'm telling you, if you have not been with us from day 1, go back and read the one about my son and his little secret admirer love note. That is wild. We don't talk about just highlight reels. This podcast is all about no fluff zone. So today, I want to talk to you about something that I think is quietly running the lives of so many women right now, men and women. You know what I mean? And most of us don't even realize it's happening. So I want to ask you something, and I want you to really sit with it, okay? Have you ever looked at where you are right now? Like your job, your relationship, your house, your bank account, your body, your just life in general, and thought, this is it. This is all I'm ever going to be. Have you? Have you ever confused where you are with where you're going? Sit with it, think with it. Because here's what I know to be true. Where you are right now, that's your home, your safe space, okay? Your current situation, your current season. Maybe it's a job that doesn't feel like it's enough. Maybe it's a relationship that seems very complicated. Maybe it's a bank account that stresses you out every time you open up your app or you look at it. Or maybe it's just the quiet feeling that you were made for so much more than this. And you don't know how to get there just yet. But here's what I need you to hear. That place, that situation, it is not your destiny. Okay? It's not your ceiling. It's not your forever. It's just your current address at the moment. Okay? And just like any address, you are not stuck there. You can move. You are allowed to move. You don't have to stay there. And bestie, believe in me. I believe that everything in me, that God is already preparing you for your next place, your next address. You know what I mean? You just have to be willing to pack your bags. And today we are going to talk about what it looks like to stop living like you are stuck and start living like you are on your way. So let's get into it. So you get uncomfortable being comfortable. Okay, let me say that one more time. You get uncomfortable being comfortable. Okay, so I need to start here because I think this is where it all begins. We're so afraid of discomfort, like deeply afraid. And I get it. I was there. I really do get it. Discomfort feels like danger. It feels like something's wrong. And our brains are literally wired to seek comfort and avoid any type of pain. So when your life gets hard or gets uncertain, we run straight back to what's familiar to us. But here's the thing that nobody told me, and I wish somebody had said this to me years ago. So I am here to tell you so that you don't have to be like me. Comfort is not the same thing as peace. Okay? I'll say that again. Comfort is not the same thing as peace. Comfort is staying at a job you hate because at least you know what to expect on Monday morning. Comfort is staying small because if you never try, you literally never fail. Comfort is telling yourself, I'm fine. Okay. I'm okay. When your soul's literally screaming that there's so much more for you. Peace, on the other hand, now that's different. Peace is that quiet knowing, that deep down conviction that you're exactly where God needs you to be, doing exactly what He's calling you to do, even when it's hard, even when it gets messy, even when you have no idea how it's going to work out. And I want to tell you something else. I have lived this. I've sat in the comfort zone and convinced myself I was thriving when really I wasn't. I was literally just surviving. What does my husband like to say? He's just trying to keep his head above water. Well, you're not thriving. You're literally just surviving. Just going through the motions, just checking the boxes, doing what you do. And then God started doing what God does best. He starts making you feel uncomfortable. Okay? He starts to make you feel like, let me go back to my comfort zone. But no, don't do it. And at first I was like, okay, something's wrong. Why does this feel so hard? Why does this feel so off? Why does this thing that used to fit me not just fit me anymore? And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. You used to love something and then I guess you outgrew it. Is that kind of how you feel sometimes? And then slowly and slowly, I started to understand. I was being stretched. I was being prepared. I was being called forward. And the discomfort, that was the invitation. And here's what I've learned. You will always know it's time to grow because staying still starts to hurt. You get uncomfortable being comfortable. And that restlessness, that itch, that feeling like you were made for so much more than this, that's not anxiety, my friend. That's not being ungrateful. That is God pointing at the door and saying, come on, baby, it's time. So when you get that feeling, when you get that itch, don't ignore it, okay? A path change isn't the end. It is your new beginning. Okay, so now I want to talk to you about what happens when the path finally does change. When you start to get out of the comfort zone, because sometimes it's not that you leave the comfort zone on purpose. You didn't make some bold, brave decision to change your life. You don't wake up, or maybe you do. You didn't wake up one morning and say, you know what? I'm ready to grow. Sometimes life just lifes. And it just shifts. What do my kids like to say? My brain isn't braining while my life isn't lifing. The job ends, the relationship ends, the plans fall apart. The thing you were counting on, the thing that built your whole next chapter around, well, guess what? It doesn't come through. And nobody's going to warn you. Nobody gave you a head up. Nobody gave you a heads up. It just happened. And again, that's life. That is life just lifing. Suddenly you're standing in the middle of something you don't even recognize anymore. You're standing in a season you didn't see coming and definitely did not ask for. You're standing there looking around at a plan that made perfect sense 6 months ago and then asking, how did I even get here? And it's quiet. It can be heavy. And you're looking around at all these pieces thinking, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I don't even know what any of this means. You're like a chicken without its head. And then the questions start coming. You know, the ones like, what just happened? What is happening? What did I do wrong? Was this my fault? Is this a sign? Did I miss something? Is it too late for me? Because if y'all don't know, I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 in February. And I had those feelings. I literally had all of that. And underneath all those questions is really just one question. The one that's keeping you up at 2 a.m., the one that follows you into the shower and the car and on your lunch break. And it's, what do I do now? I hear you, I see you, and I've got something to say to that. If you're someone who's been there, done that, I'm raising my hand because I've been there, and I want you to know a path change is not the end. No, sirree, it is not the end. It is literally your new beginning. But we don't believe in that at that moment, do we? When everything's falling to the ground, you don't know what to do, you don't know what's happening. Well, in that moment, we go into panic mode. We start asking questions like, what does this mean about me? What did I do wrong? Is this a punishment? Did I miss something? Is it too late? And I want to answer every single one of those questions right now with the same answer to all of them. No, 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 no. No to all of them. No, it doesn't mean anything bad about you. No, you didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not a punishment. No, you didn't miss it. And absolutely 100% no, it is not too late. It is never too late. Never, ever too late. A closed door is not a dead end. It's just a redirection. You know, what I always say, God's GPS doesn't reroute you with the mess up. It reroutes you because he can see what you cannot see. Okay? He can see the traffic ahead. He can see the road that's way up ahead that we definitely can't see. And he can see the better path that you are going to have. Okay? He can see the better path that you would have never found if you didn't stay on the original route. And sometimes, I know this is hard to hear, sometimes the path change is the blessing. The layoff that made you finally start the business you'd been dreaming about for years, the breakup that freed you to become the woman or man you were always supposed to be, the move to a new city where you didn't even know a soul, that turned into the most important season of your life. I'm not minimizing your pain. No, because I've been there. Again, I've been there. I've done that. I'm not standing here saying, just get over it. Grief is real. All of that is grief. A job is grief. A relationship is a grief. Loss is real. The adjustment is real. It's all real. But I'm telling you, from someone who's been on the other side of a season that I thought was going to break me, the path change is not the end of your story. It is the page 1 of your next chapter. And that chapter is gonna be good. So, it's never a setback. It was just a setup. I want you to get personal for a minute, okay? Get personal for this 1 minute, because I think the best thing I can do for you is not give you a list of tips and tricks. The best thing I can do for you is tell you the truth about my life. There was a season, not a season, there's been plenty of seasons. I can't even count them on one hand. There's been seasons, and some of you who've been with me know pieces of the story, or stories, because I have been through some stuff and lived a crazy life. Well, there was a season where I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing, showing up, being responsible, being the good wife, the good mom, the good teacher, the good coach, checking all the boxes, and inside I was quietly falling apart. No one knows, no one knew. Not in a dramatic type of way either, not in a way that anyone around me could see, but inside I knew. I knew I had gifts I wasn't using. I knew I had a calling on my life that I was walking past every single day. I knew there was something more for me. Like way, way, way more, how can I say this? A calling. There was something more, a calling. I just didn't know how to get there. And I remember praying every day, every night. Anytime I see my angel numbers, pray. Genuinely praying. God, if this is all there is for me, help me be okay with help me be okay with it. Help me be grateful, because I was so afraid that wanting more meant I wasn't grateful for what I already had. And I really believe God heard all the prayers and said, baby, I've got something to show you. Because what happened next was uncomfortable. It was hard. It required faith, and I didn't know that I had. And it looked from the outside like things were falling apart. But on the other side, I'm building something I'm genuinely proud of. I'm showing my kids what it looks like to go after what God put in your heart. I'm talking to every single person who is in the middle of their hard season. Okay? If you're in your hard season, I get to be the voice that says, hold on, don't quit, it gets better. And it does. It gets so much better, so don't quit. That is not something I could have done if I stayed comfortable. Okay? The thing that looked like it was taking something from me was actually making room for everything else. That's a blessing in disguise. And here's what I want you to understand about blessings in disguise. They're disguised for a reason. If the blessings look like a blessing from the beginning, you literally wouldn't have needed faith to walk through it. And you wouldn't have developed the strength, the resilience, the character that comes from trusting God when you cannot see the outcome. The disguise is all part of the gift. So whatever you're going through right now, that looks like a loss, a failure, even a wrong turn, I want you to hold on to it for a little bit differently today, because I want you to ask, what if this is actually for me? What if this is the thing that breaks me open so the real me can finally come through? What if this is your blessing in disguise? And again, it's not the end of the world, okay? Like I said, it's a great day to be alive. We got to wake up today. Someone today didn't get to wake up. And we did. It is just the end of a chapter, end of a season, but it's not the end of the world, okay? So, I am directly talking to somebody right now. I don't know exactly who you are. I don't know what your name is or what city you're in or what you're driving or what you're going through, but I know you're listening to this for a reason. I know something in you clicked on this episode because you needed to hear something today. And what I need you to hear is this: the world is not ending. I know it feels like it. I know the thing you're going through feels enormous and heavy and like it might swallow you whole. I know you've been carrying it quietly, been there, done that, maybe for longer than you should have. And some days you wonder if it's ever going to get lighter or better. Well, I'm here to tell you, bestie, it's going to get lighter. It's going to get better. I can see light at the end of the tunnel for you. But more than that, I need you to hear this. You are not finished. Not even close. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what mistakes you've made. I don't care how many times you've started over. I don't care how many people could have counted you out, including yourself. But I need you to know that the story is not over. No, no, no. What you are in right now is not your ending. It is literally your turning point. It is the part of the story where the main character, that's you, decides that you are not going to quit. No, sirree, we are not quitters. We are winners. And decide that you're going to get back up. You're not going to stay down for long. Get up, get going. Decide that where you've been does not determine where you are going. Okay? Where you have been does not determine where you are going. You are not in your past season. You are not your worst moment right now. You are not at your old address. You are a person being prepared for something extraordinary. And the preparation is happening right now, if you see it or not. In this hard season, in this uncomfortable stretch, in this chapter that doesn't look the way you thought it would, I need you to stop treating your current home like it is your permanent address. You are just visiting. You are passing through. The season has an expiration date, and on the other side of it, there's a version of you that you haven't even met yet. So, a version of you that is stronger, freer, more whole, more than you could ever imagine. That person is who you are becoming. So don't give up on them. Don't you dare. Your future self is already looking at you saying, dang, you're about to be a baddie. So with all that, guys, I love y'all. I mean that generally. It's a great day to be alive. I don't know why I keep saying that. It just keeps coming to my heart. So from the bottom of my heart, I love you. If this episode has touched you somehow, some way today, I want you to do 3 things for me. First, share it out. Text it to somebody right now. Post it, repost it. Put it in a group chat. Copy the link. Share it out. You know, someone you don't know might need to hear this, because we as human beings love to hold it all together for everyone, to let everyone know that they think we have everything together when in reality we don't. But yes, go share it out. Give it to a person who needs to hear it. It's powerful. Second, if you're looking for a place to go deeper, a place where where you can work on your mindset, your faith, your growth every single day, I want you to check out my app, Thriving and Surviving. It's a life coaching app built around faith, fitness, and freedom. I like to also say family. And third, come back next week, because we are just getting started. I'm Tiff, and this has been Thriving Out Loud. Keep thriving, keep surviving, and remember, where you are is not where you are going. So have a great week, have a great evening, wherever you are right now. It's a great day to be alive, and I will see you next week. Bye.